Hello, I'm Roy Whiffin, and this is Roy's Rant again, number 3. I was going to talk today about the different things that have come up with regard to the Sharp Entertainment Centre, Smart Entertainment Centre, but other things have come up. I've found that just recently our council members, city manager, whoever you want to hang the name on, they seem to want to be obstructing the people of Sugarland as opposed to helping them. It hasn't been something that's just happened. It's something that seems to have been a culture for quite some period of time. I'm talking about our road system at the moment. We have a situation where we had lovely boulevards that were nice and wide, and people could ride their bikes down them, they could drive their cars down them, etc. And for some unknown reason, the city decided to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on paint and mess up these roads. My road particular here in Sugar Creek, I have parking lots all the way down so that people can now park on the street and turn their garages into man caves if they want to. And then once you've got that parking space, which is 6 to 8 feet depending where you are, they then put the bike lane right next to the car lane. So you've actually impeded the cyclist and making his life more perilous by putting him closer to the cars. Also, the city sent out saying that there was be a buffer lane of 18 to 24 inches. There is no buffer lane that I have seen anywhere in Sugarland. I'm sure somebody's going to say, oh, we've got a buffer lane. But as far as I can see, there are no buffer lanes. If you go down Burney Road, coming into Old Sugarland, so you'll be going towards 90, that is the most ludicrous road you'll ever come across. You have a bike lane, you don't have a bike lane. You have a bike lane, you don't have a bike lane. You have a bike lane, you don't. The cyclist is taking his or her life into their hands, and it's similar in other parts of the city. Also, we now have a lot of cars that are being produced that have low profile tyres. You've all seen them, the thin tyres that are about 3.5 inches thick. And we've had roads here probably for 100 years, and those roads have had curbs. These curbs are 4 to 6 inches high, and you have something like this. I don't know how well you can see that, but that is my amateur rendering of a curb. And they are all over and have been for many, many years the standard. It seems in other cities and other parts of the county that they've realised that you now need something different, and they have curbs like this, so that if you get too close to it, all you do is ride up and get the feeling, and you get back on the road again. Missouri City, with their subdivisions, has a lot of that, and it seems that here in Sugarland we still don't abide by it. We've got those very little in the way of those new type of curbing anywhere in Sugarland. The next thing is the lighting of the streets. I don't know whether it was done in ignorance. I don't know what the reason for it was. But as you drive around the subdivisions, you will see areas where there is a tree right next door to a lamp post. And so the light, the street light that's on the top, doesn't shine anywhere. It's completely hidden. On my street here, we've got 4 where the tree is within 6 feet of the post. Go into new territory and you will see that it doesn't look like they've got any lighting, because the trees are so large that they've absolutely taken over. And of course this thing causes problems in so much that you've got to have your high beam on to see where you're going, etc., etc. Just an ordinary thing, you know. You would think instead of spending $1.25 million on a sign for the Smart Centre on the side of the road there that indicates all the artists that we are going to have here, and I'll get into the costing with all the different things on that next week. But you would think that they would consider the safety of the people of Sugarland above and beyond spending. Bob Hebert, he says his name is Hebert, he uses the French interpretation as opposed to Herbert, has just said, and you can check it out on Sugarland Concerns on Facebook, that the population is rising at 5% and we're spending at 18 to 20%. That's for the whole of Fort Bend, and obviously Sugarland is a large part of that. So we've got that. The other thing is that I still haven't heard from the city on anything that I've requested. We haven't got any information on the lease of the red light cameras, or the police officers and the amount of time spent and what their costs were. And this was all done under the Freedom of Information Act and sent to them, and the city just seemed to answer what they want to answer and don't answer what they don't want to answer. So next week, as I say, I'll talk about the Smart Centre, 33 building violations that they have, and nobody can give me the inspector's name of the one that found the violations, code violations, or the name of the inspector that signed off on the violations. We will see what happens next week.